Hey folks, we're back again, and it's the new year. It's April 1st. So, Happy New Year. Anyway, this isn't a joke. This is a real read on Bitcoin Speaks. We're gonna get started with some cards, and I have well, before I start, I want to talk about someone, not Safadine like we did yesterday and his book, but I'm going to switch it up because I've got some criticism from my biggest critic, and he said that it needs to be more exciting, more dynamic, and a lot of other things. But I'm going to try something else. I'm going to have Bitcoin talk about a subject. So the subject isn't going to be about Bitcoin, but it'll be about something else, and Bitcoin will tell us about something else. Hopefully Bitcoin will speak to us about Michael Saylor. I have no opinion about Michael Saylor. I know he's a big Bitcoin guy. I've seen him speak. However, I don't like him or dislike him. This is just a read on what Bitcoin thinks about him and what he's doing. There's a lot of speculation about what he's doing, but he has a lot of Bitcoin. So he's a big player in this game, and I think we should do a read on him and what Bitcoin thinks about him. And it's important to the community too. So we'll see what happens. This might be for entertainment only, but I think it'll be entertaining. So we're going to see what's going on with that. I switched out the tarot, so I don't have my white tarot. I have this tarot, which is the Smith Waite, but it's a different version. It's not the shiny card, so we've got a different tarot deck. And I also got a new oracle deck. It's a kind of quirky little oracle deck that I got at Five Below, so you might want to get this deck too, but it's a little quirky deck. It's a quirky little oracle deck, so we'll see what that has to say to us. And then we have our other cards that we usually use, so we'll probably follow the same format. Anyway, time for a new year, time for some new stuff. So let's see what our quirky little oracle deck is going to tell us to start out the reading. It's just a quirky little thing. It's very contemporary. It's not a big, deep message. It's just a little contemporary message, but it's pretty accurate. I've been using it. Coffee, breakfast, we've been pulling cards on it, and it's a fun little deck, so it's quirky, though. Wasn't very expensive. Okie dokie smoky. Let's see what we got on our oracle deck. Surrender to the spirit energy. Well, that's good. Surrender to the spirit energy. If that's that could be the case, because I got Fire Ant today. I pulled my own card and I got Fire Ant, so I'm aggressive and energetic and fiery today. So I hope that I don't say something that I'm going to regret, and Michael Saylor is not going to like me anymore, or if he ever did. But anyway, that's what we're working with today. And I want to say Michael, I think of Archangel Michael, but Michael Saylor. He doesn't spell it sailor like as in, on a boat. He spells it Saylor, and may I add the E. Saylor. He's telling us a story. Is Michael Saylor telling us a story? Saylor. Is Michael saying lore? Is Michael telling us a story? Maybe. I think he might be. He's really into the Bitcoin movement. He says a lot of things. Is he telling us something that we need to hear? What is his relationship to Bitcoin? How did he get involved in this? How did he get chosen to be the guy? Because he's kind of the guy. Anyway, so we're going to surrender to the spirit energy, and we're going to figure out what's going on with that. Anyway, this read's going to be about Michael Saylor, and it's going to be Bitcoin speaking about Michael Saylor, whoever and whatever he is. Maybe he's a metahuman. Who knows? Anyway, let's pull another oracle card and see what else we have to say from our regular oracle card deck. Our shamanic healing oracle deck. which I have the box for, but it's over there, so maybe next time I'll show you the box. This is a good deck, though. I use this a lot. It's pretty simple. I don't think there's a lot of cards either, but it's a good deck. Anyway, what do we got? Slow but steady. Okay. So that's the message for Michael Saylor's reading. Slow but steady. I think we got something like that yesterday when we were talking about the King of Cups. He's slow but steady. Also, Buffalo energy was slow but steady. So, spirit guides, ancestors, departed loved ones, angels, source, anybody else who might be in on this reading, please give us clear and concise messages. Protect us as we speak. Protect the listeners from harm. Protect me while I read and afterward. Let's keep this message clean and clear so that we understand it and can benefit from the lesson. Thank you. I am humbled by the ability to come here and read for Bitcoin. Okay, anyway, we have 2 cards already. So let's get to our tarot. That's where we go. We move forward and we move to the tarot. Okay, so here's our tarot deck. I was listening to Michael Saylor the other day, and there was a send Bitcoin and I'll double it and send it back. And I'm telling this to my son, and I'm saying, it's on the live program, and he's saying, it's a scam, it's a scam. Boy, it sounds like a scam, but I don't know. Maybe he's trying to introduce people. He said, I'm trying to introduce people to Bitcoin so that that they can understand how easy it is and how simple it is to use. Maybe, maybe not. If that was the case, that would be a great way to do it. Maybe put a limit of 100 sats on it, and then you don't scare people to death. But anyway, that's what Michael Saylor was saying. So let's see what Bitcoin has to say about Michael Saylor. And Michael Saylor's first card, who is the subject of this reading, Michael Saylor, the first card is the Chariot, which is movement. So I guess there's movement. And this is movement not just by, let's go with the reins. This is movement because there is no reins. This is sheer will, sheer willpower moving us forward. So that could be it. I mean, a lot of this reading is coming up with the things that are holding Bitcoin back are belief systems. And I think that could be true. But anyway, this is movement by sheer force of will. So we're going to move forward. Michael Saylor is going to move forward. Bitcoin is saying he's moving us forward. And that's okay. That's a good thing. Okay, and then the next card we're going to have here is what crosses Michael Saylor. What's Michael Saylor's challenge right now as he's trying to move us forward? And his challenge is, well, here we are again, the 8 of Cups. He's saying, I'm done with this crap and I'm moving forward. The 8 of Cups is leaving everything behind and saying, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I am done. And I think he is done. He's even telling people, don't buy my stock. Buy Bitcoin instead. Because my stock isn't as valuable as Bitcoin itself. And that whole thing just happened. So he's saying, I'm done. I'm moving forward. And yes, I think that's true. Okay, where is he coming from? Where is he coming from? What is his past? So what is Michael Saylor's past? Where is he coming from? Oh, well, he's coming from where we ended up in our relationship yesterday. The 3 of Wands, and we know what that means. First is the thought, then it's an action or a plan, and then it's action. So first the thought, then the plan, then the action, and now we're moving forward into a new place. So he's coming to us from a new place. He's coming from a place that we haven't quite gotten to yet, because he's already a mogul in terms of Bitcoin. He owns so much Bitcoin, but does he really, or is it just his company? I can't imagine he hasn't bought some personally and stashed it somewhere in some cold wallet somewhere. But anyway, so he's coming from a new place, and we're well, we could say where is he going to, but let's find out where his goal is. What is he trying to achieve by coming from a place and saying, I'm giving it all up, and moving by sheer will. Oh, the Page of Wands. So that's exciting. That's energy. Let's look at what the Page of Wands, because that's also a person. Page of Wands is a daring soul, a lover of adventure, and the intrepid traveler, gathering of intelligence, focused passion, adventurous soul, and a faithful lover. Well, we don't know if he's a faithful lover, but he is faithful to Bitcoin. And he is a daring soul. And he does love adventure if he took on this job. So I guess this is who he hopes to be. Bitcoin sees him as this guy. And this is, again, Wands. This is our best case scenario, I guess, of who he is. This is what he wants to achieve by what he's doing. He wants to get here. And I think he's already here, but maybe he wants to reinforce this. Okay, so anyway, where is he going to? He's going to, oh, here we go again. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, and that's happiness, joyfulness, a gift from God. That's a pretty good card. So he wants to be this guy who brings us to here. We're going to a new place, and this is the new place we're going to by sheer will, and we're getting rid of the old stuff. So Michael Saylor is going to bring us to this Ace of Cups. He's one of the guys that's going to drive us there, drive us with the chariot. He's going to drive us there. Cool. What kind of tools does he have involved to help us get there? The Page of Swords. Well, a lot of pages, a lot of new energy. Let's see what the Page of Swords is. He's the detective. He figures things out. A detective personality who will always read between the lines and figure out the truth. A surveillance shepherd, diligence, an experiment. Well, that's also appropriate. Those are the tools he has. That he's a detective and that he can reveal the truth. Well, that's a great thing, because if he can reveal the truth by speaking about Bitcoin, we can get here. So he's going to use these tools and this energy to get here. That's a great thing. We go from a new place to a place that we're really happy about. That's good. I like that. So I guess Michael Saylor seems to be a pretty good guy. He's bringing us to where we want to go, and he's helping us move there. And he's got a lot of movement because he's got a lot of Bitcoin. So that's so far. That's what Bitcoin is telling us about Michael Saylor. Maybe he is saying lore. Maybe he is telling us a story. And I think he is telling us a story. He does tell us a story. Okay, what is Michael Saylor's relevance to the situation here? What is his personal relevance to the situation? I think he's a metahuman, but let's see. Queen of Wands. That's a lot of fiery energy. And again, all things to all people. He knows all things, and he knows all people. So he's pervasive. He's everywhere all at once. He's omnipresent almost. It's a fiery energy too. We got more wands. Maybe that's my ants coming out, my fire ants coming out. The Queen of Wands is an irresistible, charismatic woman whose energy draws all into her fold. He's pulling everybody in. Ethical, noble, sincere, welcoming, successful enterprise. Well, if that's what he wants to be in relation to the situation, I think he's succeeding. I think he is all those things. I think he's showing us the way. He's a teacher, he's a leader, he's a mentor, and he's an example. So all of those things are Michael Saylor, and Michael Saylor seems to be showing up pretty good in our Bitcoin read here. Let's see what else. What environment does he find himself in? When he sits in the world, where does he find himself in terms of Bitcoin? The Emperor. Well, the Emperor. How great is that? I think he's all four kings together. So he's a pretty mighty guy, the Emperor. And there's a lot of people cards here, which is interesting because we're doing a read on people. And we've got people all over the place. There's people everywhere. Even the Chariot is someone, a person, who has the will to move forward. Let's see what we have to say about the Emperor. The Emperor is a major arcana too. So is the Chariot. So we've got two major arcana out on the board. Let's see what we have to say about the Emperor. The Emperor is a father archetype who is a strong figure laying foundations, habits, rules while creating boundaries. He's steadfast, dependable, he commands, he has conviction and purpose. So yes, he is also all of those things. He is a father, he is a leader, he's showing us the way. And he finds himself in the position, in the environment of being that. And that's a good thing. I think he's well positioned to show us and lead us forward with the Chariot. Funny that these two cards are our major arcanas. And we've got an ace, so an ace is a good thing too. All right, so the hopes and fears of Michael Saylor. What is Michael Saylor afraid of? Boy, in his situation and in his position, I can't imagine he's afraid of anything, but let's see what he's afraid of. What are the hopes and fears of Michael Saylor? Oh, look at that. Here again, he's stealing the wands. I mean, he's stealing the swords. He's sneaky and he's stealing the swords, and he's buying the Bitcoin and he's keeping it out of the hands of the enemy. Literally, he is keeping it out of the hands of the enemy. Perfect. So by holding all that Bitcoin, he's going to be able to decide who gets it. And I'm guessing he's not going to give it to the enemy. He's not going to give it to the banks. He's not going to let it be available to people that are going to be corrupted and you know, covert about money. He's going to have integrity. He's already showed us he's going to have integrity. He is the Emperor. He is the Queen of Wands. He is the Page of Wands. He is the Charioteer. He's all these things. He's a Page of Swords. He's a detective. But he's multi-talented, apparently. And he's a good guy because he's bringing us to the Ace of Cups. Okay, so what's the final outcome? What will come from his efforts when he does his job? Where do we go? We know we're going to end up here. We know we want to be here. But what's our final outcome? Oh. Excellent. The Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Wishes granted. So that's good. Wishes granted. He's going to help us to grant our wish. He's going to help us get there. He's going to show us the way. Cups and cups. Cups and cups. Look at that. Emotional happiness. And there it is. Michael Saylor is a good guy. And he's powerful. And he's intelligent. And he's telling us the truth. And we can trust him. And he's going to bring us to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So, excellent read on Michael Saylor. If I didn't like him before, I certainly like him now. He's definitely one of the good guys. Cool. And these are our new cards. We still got a lot of the same cards. But, you know, hey, here we go. This is a Bitcoin read, so I'm not surprised we're getting a lot of the same cards. Surrender to the spirit energy. So these cards are telling us the truth. Slow but steady. Michael Saylor is showing us the way every day. Takes another step and we move forward. We move forward with our Chariot. We move forward. Okay, cool. Well, that's Michael Saylor's energy. That's a good energy. I'm liking that. Okay, let's see. Let's pull a Moonology card and see what our Moonology is telling us today. Remember, this is Moonology. Yasmin Bolin, thank you for creating these lovely cards. They're big and they're nice. The package is nice. What does the moon have to say about Michael Saylor? What is moon energy going to tell us about Michael Saylor? Michael Saylor. That's a big job he has. I wonder what happened in his life to set him up to be this guy. I wonder what experiences he needed in order to show up and have the skill set he needs. Okay, anyway, here's our Moonology card. It's time to release negativity. Cool. It's time to release negativity. And that's full moon in Scorpio. So let's read what that is. Full moon in Scorpio, it's time to release negative energy. So let's see. Oh, full moon in Scorpio. New moon cards. We want a full moon card. Full moon. Full moon in Scorpio. Okay, it's time to release negativity. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to cut it out. Stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. Let them go. This card heralds an emotionally intense time, since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now. If you make an effort, use your magic. You have all you need inside you to bring about your desired result. Emote. It's all better out than in. It's all better out than in. Oh, emote. It's better to send your emotions out than keeping them in. Additional meanings. It's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. Living joyfully. You're right to have your suspicions. Grudges are toxic. Let something go. And the end of an argument. The full moon in Scorpio has a sting in its tail. It can herald a vindictive end to a relationship. It can also be a time when we want to be good, but we're naughty. If you pull this card, no matter when, your dark side and your shadow self may be showing. The full moon in Scorpio is also a time of magic. If you were thinking of making some magic, this is your sign to do it. Making magic is buying Bitcoin, I think. Anyway, that's our Moonology card. That was interesting. So full moon in Scorpio, wow. And it's time to release negativity, and I think that's true too. It's time for that crap to go. Where's our card about walking away from all the garbage? It always shows up. I guess it's not here. Oh yeah, here it is. That's what's crossing us. Walking away from all the crap. Release negativity. Release negativity. Get rid of the crap. Move forward. That's what's crossing us. That's what it's pointing out. All right, well, we did our Moonology. Let's see, we need a Lenormand. Those are always exciting, and then we'll do an animal card at the end. So let's see. Lenormand, our challenge for today. What's the riddle for today? We have to figure out. What's the challenge? What's the riddle? Lenormand. Lenormand. What does Michael Saylor want to tell us through the Lenormand deck? What does Bitcoin want to tell us about Michael Saylor with the Lenormand deck? How much you want to bet the dog shows up? Maybe not. Maybe not. I think he is a loyal friend, though. It seems that way. Okie dokie. Ready? The book, so information. The fox, tricky. That's the information, but it's tricky. And that's the key to everything. The tricky information about Bitcoin that he's telling us about is the key to everything. It's the key to everything. So the information that he's sending out, the information, the book, the information that he's sending out is tricky, but if we can use it to our advantage, like this card, it's tricky, but if we can use it to our advantage, that's the key to everything. That's the key to everything. Well, that was like a great Lenormand read because it was so simple. I just want to look up the key to make sure I'm not missing something here. What's the key? Oh, answers, solution, important revelations. Okay, so it is. It's the key to understanding and being able to facilitate the use of Bitcoin in our lives. And that's great. Good thing. Oh, it just keeps getting better and better. How is this possible? All right, anyway, here we go again with our Wild Untamed Animal Spirit deck. Wild and Untamed Animal Spirit deck. Here's our guidebook. Got our guidebook. Got our cards. Okay, so what does Bitcoin want to say about Michael Saylor? What animal represents what our message is? What animal is going to show up? In these animal spirit guidebooks, there are no domestic dogs or cats. They are wild and unknown and untamed. So there are no domestic animals. There are only wild animals. So we couldn't have the dog here. There is a fox, though. Okie dokie smoky. Here we go. The frog. The frog. Frogs are lucky. Frogs are lucky. Look at that frog. I've been hearing the peepers outside. The spring peepers. Okay, there's our frog. Let's see what the frog has to tell us. These are such cool cards. Okay, crocodile, stingray. Frog, clearing, cleansing, healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. Water element, water, water. Where's our other water? Water, water element. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, and so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. It's clear energy and enthusiasm for life. But most of the things that are water cards that in our read are the happiness, the wish fulfillment, and the walking away from the garbage and moving forward into a better place, which is water. Walking away from the water that's toxic and walking into a better place, which is water or wish fulfillment. So the frog is very relevant in terms of all our water energy. And cleanse and purge, baby, that's always a good idea. Slow but steady. Also, frogs are tadpoles for a long time, so slow but steady. That's also our frog energy. Slow but steady frog energy. And surrender to the spirit energy. Frogs. I think frogs live inside rocks sometimes, you know. They say that, I've read, that you can break open a rock and sometimes you'll find a frog. I think they're mysterious and they can go to places that, I don't know, we don't even realize they're going to. There's so much we don't know about the natural world. Anyway, this is another good read, and I'm very confident about Michael Saylor now. I wasn't sure what to think about him. You know, is he crook? Is he some, you know, what do they call it, controlled opposition? But none of that is true. He's collecting Bitcoin. He's big on the movement, and he's going to move us forward. He's one of us, and he's helping us. And we should embrace him and say, thank you, Michael Saylor, for what you do. So thank you, Michael Saylor, for what you do. And thanks for showing up today for our Bitcoin Speaks Tarot. Again, Happy New Year. We've got a big, exciting year ahead of us. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.